So you're looking for a baby grand piano. You might not have the full space for a 5-foot baby grand, or you might not be wanting to spend close to $20,000 on a brand new baby grand piano. So you found the next best thing. You're here looking at the CLP-765GP, an amazing instrument, very compact, feature set is very rich, it plays excellent. And the best part, it's cute.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in downtown San Antonio, Texas.
And I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We appreciate your support and we love to interact with you guys. Ted, this is a very commonly requested instrument. Not only because it does the job of a baby grand piano. It looks gorgeous. It has, the tilt, if you will, but it's so compact. The pricing is very easy to find online. That's one of the things we've talked about in other videos. It's very hard to find new information and new pricing on acoustic instruments. So a lot of the times people start looking at what they can find and what has high ratings, and they find the CLP-765 or the 795, as we were talking about earlier. But the Yamaha Clavinova series, it's their digital baby grand. And I mean, it's an incredibly beautiful instrument.
It's more than a baby grand or a grand piano. I mean, I think it's a fascinating instrument because I've sold a couple of them unexpectedly. I guess that's probably the thing about that, is that it's an unexpected thing. People come in, they're looking for a piano, and so you show them things, and they say, for example, they like the CLP-735, or those features are what they're comfortable with. And then, they never really just buy right away. They got to think about it. Come back, do you have this like kind of in a baby grand? So, oh, do we have a baby grand for you? And it's that, the 765 is just a wonderful little unit.
Yeah.
But it has a great sound system in it. And it's got some upgrades from the 735.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very nice balance of, hey, I want the benefits of a digital piano. I want to be able to turn the volume down. I want to be able to put headphones on. I want to not have to tune it, and don't have to worry about, a very heavy instrument that I can't move around or pick up and move around. And so they've discovered that there's an option for that. And Yamaha is very smart, and they said, hey, we need to be offering something that's lightweight, that's much smaller than a 5-foot, but kind of has the aesthetic of baby grand piano. Because I've so many times, oh, they come this small? This is an acoustic instrument? And you look in, and to us it's kind of a silly question because we see the black mesh over the inside, and there's no strings or anything attached to it, and it's much smaller than an acoustic instrument could be made as far as, the scale design wouldn't work in something that small. But then the conversation opens up, and it's like, well, we can get you something that has the aesthetic of a baby grand, but gets you a lot further than finding a little tiny petite grand that they don't even make anymore. And so as we look at the CLP 765, it's one of those things that is very feature rich, and not only has it been upgraded here from the predecessor to the 665, but it is, like you said, an upgrade from some of the lower entry line Clavinovas. The 735, for example, is very close in design to the 765. And so if you're looking at a lot of these Clavinovas and you're getting confused by all the numbers and all that, I would think of the 765 as someone took a 735, which is behind us, and they put it in a little baby grand cabinet. And so, you get a lot of the similar feature set, the way it sounds, the action, all this stuff is going to be identical to the 735, but what you do get is a much better sound system.
You get a much better sound system, and then you have something that is aesthetically pleasing as possible because it's the grand piano shape. And so there's been a number of venues, restaurants, and lounges that have these in there. I've played one at a gig. It was 4 nights a week. It was a great little instrument to sit behind and play. It's not quite the size of a real grand piano, but at the same time, when you're playing it in front of people, you're a lot closer to them, and they're a lot closer to you. So there isn't that big standoffishness that you get with a giant grand piano.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of restaurants and really enjoy this because what they can do is they can pick it up.
Control the volume.
Well, they can they can pick it up. They can control the volume. But yeah, they can move it in and outside.
They can move it in and outside. If they want to have a special event on a patio or outside in a different area or a different part of their facility or in a separate room, it's very easy to pick up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as you would say light, but it's definitely 2 or 3 people can pick it up and move it real quick back and forth. Much more mover friendly than an acoustic instrument.
Sure.
But yeah, so let's talk about the feature set. So you get the real Grand Expression 2, which is Yamaha's latest thing with the 700 series. It's going to be the articulation and the control of their sample, which is their CFX sample and the Bösendorfer sample. You get all that very, very nice dynamics, nice articulation, and we're going to listen to that sample here in a little bit. But you also get the Grand Expression modeling, which is simulating how a grand piano sounds. And so you're getting that, but it's also coming through this beautifully lush full speaker system, which is 50 watts plus 42 watts twice. And so, I mean, just almost a 200 watt system right there in front of you. So really can fill up a room, really has a very rich, deep sound. And people, you're playing a sample of a 9-foot CFX or a 9-foot Bösendorfer. And so you're getting this very much larger sounding instrument than what someone would be normally hearing coming out of like a petite baby grand. So it's almost like, whoa, all that sound is coming out of this right here. My favorite part of this instrument, because I think it makes a wonderful centerpiece in someone's home or in their front room, their living room, or at a restaurant. One of my favorite things is this is how you get something the closest thing to a player piano without spending the money of a player piano. So it has Bluetooth connectivity. That was something that was added on from the 565 to the 665, and here it's continuation in the 765, but it's Bluetooth audio. So, you're the restaurant owner or you're at your house, you're hosting a party, you just hook your phone up to it and then just be playing whatever you want.
Plays right out of like a great stereo system.
A 200 watt stereo system. Yeah. And so, you can be playing any style of music that you want. Of course, I think it would be fitting to play, piano-centric music right out of it. It'll be coming straight from your instrument. So just a really, really neat party trick, if you will. But yeah.
It just demands attention. The piano, the 765 will demand attention, whether someone's playing it or it's just being used as a speaker system. It's look at me, I sound great.
I sound great, I look beautiful. It comes in that high polished ebony finish, which it's interesting because I think they have a white piano option on it. But when you look at all the other Clavinovas available on the line and the ones that are most popular, it's always the matte finishes and the wood finishes. But then you look at the products that come in the baby grand, and the only ones that they offer are like high gloss and polished ebony, because that's what we think of when we think of baby grand instruments. And so not only does it have a great sound system, the feature set is rich when it comes to the Bösendorfer and the CFX sound, 38 voices, rhythms, controls, recording technology. You can do 16-track recording on it. And then you can also, there's a lot of versatility with the pedals. There's a lot of versatility with the piano room. It's connected. You can connect it to your iPad and have an iPad right on your, on your music rest and control it through the smart pianist app. So just lots of user-friendly versatility. And I really think it kind of hits a home run as the centerpiece in the house. And this is really for that person who's like, well, if I'm going to get a digital piano or if I'm going to get an instrument, might as well get something that looks gorgeous. And it's not excessively expensive as if you go to a piano store and start looking at real baby grands, you can, this is much more than I thought I was going to be spending. All the pricing is very transparent online with the Clavinova series. But let's take a listen. Let's hear what this sounds like. We're going to be running it direct out, so this is going to be the sample that will be playing out of a 200 watt system. So keep that in mind. If you're just listening it through your phone or through your computer speakers, it's not going to be even close to what this instrument sounds like filling up a room. But let's take a listen.
Well, Patrick, I don't know how to tell you if it's like psychological or if it's a real thing, but when you sit down and you're playing a grand piano, it just feels like it plays and sounds better.
Yeah, no, it was interesting to hear you play this because we've played a couple different instruments. You know, today we're playing through some of our digital pianos, but it's the same action as we've gone through some of these, the Grand Touch S. But to hear you play it on an instrument that's a little bit more full in sound, it seems like the dynamics are a little bit more present.
It's like, this is getting closer to this is like a real piano.
And so it must be psychological or something because it really kind of drives you to, you know, like take advantage of that 200-watt sound system
Right.
and like drive it home and like, you know, and it's a little bit more articulate hearing it, even though this is the same as the 735 as far as what the controls are. But listening to you play it in the room, I can definitely hear a difference. And like I said, yeah, Grand Touch S action, great feeling action, something that was a continuation from the Grand Touch that was on the 685, and now they actually have it through the line down. So it's a plastic key action. There is an upgrade to the 765, the 795. We actually haven't even seen those yet, but those will be really cool to see.
It's the one with the wooden keys in it.
It's got wood keys. It's got also a wooden rim and kind of inside, so it looks a little bit more like an acoustic instrument. But again, it's going to be much more pricey. The 765 comes in at about $61.99. I think for just the polished ebony finish, I think there's a white finish you're going to spend a little bit more money on this on the special finish. But really, just I think a great alternative to I'm looking for an acoustic grand piano. This is something that kind of makes it a little bit more fun. Again, you do have recording technology on it. You have that Bluetooth connectivity, and then you also have things like audio in, audio out, MIDI controller. You can do a lot of cool stuff with this, and all things considered, it's not the most expensive thing that you can buy.
No, it's not.
It's a moderately priced, great instrument. Be wonderful again for a home, for a studio, for a restaurant. For a beginner, for an advanced player, it's something that really kind of checks a lot of boxes.
They're great to shoot videos. I've seen a number of young artists shoot videos on them because it has that aesthetic. It's got that look, and it has that appeal that says, "Hey, that's a little bit different." You know?
Yeah.
And so it is an attractive instrument.
And it's great. Again, you just reminded me. A lot of churches and a lot of performance arts venues and things like that really like something that's more versatile that can plug in, but also has that
Right.
classic look. So if you've owned any of the CLP-GP series, please leave some comments on whether you've enjoyed the experience of having a digital grand piano in your house. These have been beloved for a long time, but this is the brand new, the 765GP. Make sure you've let other people know, because I know they're gonna enjoy hearing it from you guys. But again, this is Ted. I'm Patrick with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out or to leave comments below. And again, please subscribe to our channel so you can see a lot more content that we're going to be making for you guys. We also will be reviewing the 795GP at some point when we get it here in the store. And so those will be those two grand piano alternatives from the Yamaha Clavinova line. Really great instruments. Thanks for watching.